We're off to see the wizard. We're off to see the wizard. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I'll drink to that. Yes, I had some wizards visit me last night in my dream. Couldn't sleep that well. I had the Wizards of Oz visit me last night. That was a good movie. If you really study the metaphysics of the Wizard of Oz, you'll understand. And what is so interesting, today is November 10th, 2021. Happy birthday to Michael Jai White. I did shout him out, and his, big up to his wife. She's born January 16th, same day as Sade. But going back to the Wizard of Oz, the whole metaphysic meaning of the Wizard of Oz. In numerology, the word Oz, or the 0 and the Z, in numerology, that number adds up to, in the Chaldean system, which is a much older system in numerology, much older than Pythagoras, of course. In the older system of the number 7 is connected to the word Oz. So when you see the word Oz, it's 77. O and Z in the Chaldean system is 77. Very interesting, because many of you who are either new students or old students of the system of numerology, if you study older systems, you'll find there's a reason why they even called it Oz. And not only is the word Oz 77, but the number 7 rules the mystical arts. It rules the occult world. It rules metaphysics. It's connected to anything dealing with spirituality. So for me to have the Wizards of Oz visit me last night was, and I'm not, wizard only means wise man. Remember, witch, in the etymology of it all, before they corrupted it, means wise woman, coming from Wicca. But the wizard is the wise man, the whiz, like the whiz kid, the whiz art, the whiz art, the whiz or the wise art. Look at the word, whiz art, wise art. They play semantics, and then they make it negative. Which comes from Wicca, which comes from that, and which means wise woman. And anytime women back in medieval times amongst Europeans had too much more wisdom and were able to tap into that oracle side of them, they would have those women killed. And anytime a man, a whiz art, or the wise art that was practiced by men and women, if they found you doing those secret sciences, they will kill you. They will hang you. That's how ignorant Europeans were in the medieval time. And then they passed this on to our melanated family and make us call it divination systems and make us dog it out for whatever crazy reasons. But divination only means divine nation. They're playing with words again. I'll drink to that. They're playing with words, just like the word God. Yes, of course they still are. You know that. We all know that. Just like the word God. Is it coincidental that the word God means dog, is dog backwards? Is that coincidental? Is it coincidental that Santa and Satan is the same word? Is that coincidental? Come on now. Live or evil. Lived and devil. Is that coincidence? There is no such thing as coincidence in this realm. It's synchronicity. Understanding the higher and the lower energy of the word. That's why word in The word in numerology, words can be transposed in numbers, and it reveals the higher and the lower side of it. So when you say God, and many of us say, many of us that's in the woke or awareness community or the subconscious community or the conscious community, but subconscious is dealing with the inner mind and bringing it out to the forefront. For the subconscious community, those that are in the subconscious community will say that we are all gods having a human experience. Yes, we are all gods having a human experience, and we could all be dogs having a human experience also. I want y'all to think about that for a minute while I take another sip of my pomegranate juice, which is good for circulation in the heart. And because I'm born on the 1st, I got to drink those type of things to keep my circulation in my heart, because the number 1 rules the heart in numerology, like the number 4 is the other side of the rulership of the heart, but number 1 rules the heart. And synchronicity, the sign of Leo, is connected to the number 1 on its more powerful aspect, but the number 4 on the other aspect. And when you flip when you connect it with its opposing sign, or let me not say opposing sign, because I think that's so negative. Let's say its complementary sign, which is Aquarius. That's the other side of Leo. Leo, the numbers that rule or connected to the Aquarian is the number 4 on the higher and then number 1 on the lesser. So pay attention. Right now we're on the 10th day, and number 10 equals the number 1. And this is a day for the heart. This is a day to pay attention to your heart. This is a day to pay attention to your circulation. This is one of those days to pay attention to your eyes. I shouldn't even be sitting this much in the sunlight as it's beaming now. It's best to do sun gazing really around sunrise and sunset for at least, some people say 30 seconds, some people say 60 seconds. Come see, come sa. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Yes. So, we can experience a God life experience or a dog life experience. It's the two different extremes. But what's so interesting, God represents the higher part of you and dog represents the lower part of you. So many of us can act like the beast and get into beast mode. I don't even like to say that. I get into God mode. I don't want to be a beast. I want to be a God, because God's rule over the beasts. That's why Adam was given dominion over every beast and fowl and fish on the earth. Everything. Atom was, playing with words again. Adam and atom. ATOM. ADAM. Interesting. They play with words so much, but it's all right. We're now unlearning to relearn, and that's good. Big up to Derek Grace that always says that, unlearn to relearn. But it's really that time. Even Dr. Blair used to say that too. He had to unlearn what he was taught in the colleges and the universities to relearn so he can connect better with the spiritual realm and realize that meta and physical work together. Quantum and physics work together. Spirit and physical work together. The spirit, the energy, and the physical are one and the same energy. It's just one that's denser and one that's a little lighter. And one that's moving faster, one that's moving slower. Playing with words, giving us a whole bunch of words to confuse the hell out of us. But I'm not confused. And I hope those that are watching me right now ain't confused. Don't be confused. We too conscious in our subconscious to be confused. And don't let the vibration of what they're putting out there bring your energy down. Go to your backyard. If you don't have a backyard and you live in a project, go to a park. Go feel nature. Go feel the sun. Even if the sun is not out, you got overcast, the sun is still out. It's just that the rays are just taking a little bit more time to get through the clouds because of the overcast, but the sun is still out. You know, I'm in the mountain of Stone. I'm in Stone Mountain Village right now. And I will be doing some real ancestral work. I spoke to Aquarius Maximus yesterday, and her and I and many others that I'm going to reach out to are going to do some work on the Mountain of Stone, or what Aquarius Maximus called on Brother Richard's show the Crystal City. You know, the Crystal City. Because remember, and it was Aquarius Maximus, and make sure y'all do a session with her. Remember, I don't call it readings. Do a consultation advisory session with Aquarius Maximus. She is good at what she does with her mathematics of cardology. All of us may have different perspective on how we do it, but all of us do it. And all of us actually confirm one another at different levels, so you can understand. So it's all right to know thyself by studying thyself. And today we're going to read out of the book of, not Psalms. It's a book of Numbers, but it's not the book of Numbers like you know it as the Bible. But we're going to read a little bit out of the book of Numerovation for mental stability. Just a little bit. Chapter 7. And the meaning of the number 10, since today is the 10th of November. And what it means. And I remember writing this part and researching it, and also downloading whatever spiritual information I need when I was writing this. So make sure, if you can, get my book. You can go right on my link tree, get my books. I got 4 books online. You could always get it. And 3 books is published by Dr. Africa. This one is published by me. But anytime you support me, you're supporting Dr. Africa and his legacy and his beautiful wife at LailaAfrica.com. And he was definitely one of the elders that believed in me enough to publish my book. And that's what I love about Dr. Africa and his wife, Dr. Melanie. One born January 27th and one born the same day as Michael Jai White's wife, January the 16th. That's Dr. Africa's wife. So let's read. If you don't have the book, I'm going to read. We're in chapter of phase 7, awareness and introspection of the numbers. And it's talking about the number 10. And I wrote, the number 10 is the symbol of complete evolution in many studies. Because number 1 stands beside the 0, ready to initiate a new sequence of manifestation on a higher phase of evolution. In many older studies, the number 10 is known as one of the best combinations of numbers in numerology. In Numerovation, the number 10 is known as one of the master number potentials because 0 adds infinite power and potential to any number it follows. The number 10 person, similar to the 1, can be very success-driven, constructive, strategic in thought, and can become dominating force, leader, and pioneer in various fields on an extreme higher level. However, due to the extreme vibration of the 0, the lower dual side of the number 10 can also show its face and can cause the number 10 person to be extremely difficult at times. They can become overly arrogant, destructive, indecisive, and a corrupt leader in many instances. The number 10 is known as the Wheel of Fortune, according to the study of tarot. It can offer the number. It can offer the number 10 person high levels of honor and respect in any field they choose. But their name can be known for positive or negative depending on their desires and which path they've selected. The inner work of the master number potential 10 is to find and use their infinite power and potential in a constructive manner and bring their leadership and pioneering message to the world on multiple levels. Thus is what I wrote in this book. A paragraph, but let me move this chair. I want to get back into the sunlight. Hold on one second. I like the chair. I like the sun. Let me move this chair a little. Get back into the sunlight because the sun is moving. Well, the earth is spinning, so the sun is moving. So it's what it is. So what's interesting is about that number 10. Anytime 10 shows up in your chart, whether your name adds up to a number 10, sometimes even if you have 10 letters in your name, it can be significant. If you are born on the 19th, or your name add up to the 19th, or your name add up to the 28th, that 10, what I just read about the 10 is significant for you also. But always remember, looking at it from a holistic perspective, not HOL, but WHOL, holistic perspective, looking at it from a whole. And I speak about that in my book all the time. Looking at things from a whole, because Dr. Laila Africa told me to look at it. Even Dr. Sabi, he always used to say to various people, why keep on calling it melanin or looking at the melanin when it's the carbon? Melanin is carbon based. So look at the root of melanin. Melanin is carbon based. So Dr. Sabi himself was also looking at it from a holistic perspective. Always look at things from a holistic perspective. So even if you're born on the 28th, and let's use that number for instance, although it adds up to 10, the 2 and the 8 is still significant before you add it to the 10. And although 1 plus 0 equals 1, the 10 is still significant before you get down to the least common denominator, the number 1. 19 adds up to 10 and then to 1. So you look at the 19, the 1 and the 9, and its compound meaning. And then you get a bigger picture. And that's how I do my numerovational sessions for people. And it's only 30 minutes, but sometimes I go over time. I go over probably another 10 minutes, depending on how many questions you ask, because I do require you to ask me any question. Because although numerology is not a psychic modality, it is a mathematical application of the numbers to give you guidance, to help you triangulate what's going on in your life and propel to be your very best. Maximize and activate your numbers. So today is November the 10th. And when you add the 11 plus the 10, that equals 21. And in compound numerology, 21 is called the crown of the Magi number. So the alignment, or the pinnacle of the first pinnacle of 11 and 10, because it adds up to 21, is what we call the crowning of the Magi. That's a mathematical energy that says anybody that holds and wields the power of the 21 can have the Magi energy, that crowning energy, because Magi's in history, male and female, were the alchemists, the astronomers, the chemists of those times that was able to turn nothing into something. So whether you use the vibration of the number or not, that's up to you. So 11 plus 10 is 21. And then when you add it to the year that we're on, because 2021 adds up to the number 5, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So universally, we're in a 26 universal day cycle. And anybody born on this day, like Michael Jai White, would be in his 8 power year, or his 26 power year, that equals 8, which deals with money, power, but also making an ancestral connection. And as I'm seeing on his page right now, he's doing the, after his birthday, he's actually making some money doing the Black Love Summit. And then he got some new movies coming out. So he's in the right frequencies. He's in the right energy. Michael Jai White, born this day. And anybody born on November 10th. So if you're born on November 11th, tomorrow would be the 27, or the 27 energy, which is the 9 energy. And remember, 27 in numerology, although it's going to be the master number 11, remember those 2 11s is right there, November 11th, tomorrow, just in case I don't do nothing tomorrow. I'm going to break down something about the 1111, because that is a mathematical vortex and doorway and angle number. A lot of people like to call them angel numbers. Cool. I respect angels. I respect the angel numbers. But if you look at the word, let me show you how they play in words again. Angel and angle is the same word, just spelled differently, like Satan and Satan and Santa, like God and dog, like lived and devil, or evil and live. Same word. Same word. So, anytime you see the multitudes of 11 constantly showing up in your chart or showing up in your face, not just one time, not just two times. Let's say if you see it in at least 2 days, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, then the message of the 11 is telling you to be aware of the doorway that you're stepping into. Be careful of people trying to deceive you on a lower level. And I'm talking about the number 11. And especially when you're seeing the double 11, because 11 plus 11 is 22. And that's a whole nother thing, because when you go into a certain system of numerology, the 22 on its negative side is the number of naivety, people that are naive and don't pay attention to their surroundings. That's the 22. That's why a lot of 22s or master numbers go through a lot of problems, because they don't understand and respect the power of the vibrational frequency of the number. We got the power. We all got the power. Each number has its power and has its lesser power, but you got to be using the number to take yourself to the next level. And it does take work. Big up to Billy Carson all the time. He always say you got to put in the work. And what a numerovator do, or a numerologist may do, but I call myself a numerovator because I help you to activate and maximize your numbers by using the motivational principles that I learned from the Les Browns, the Eric Thomases. And you might hear me quote the Ian Levanzant and the Les Brown in between the session, so you can have certain mantras that can connect to your number. Because I know their numbers, so I know why they're saying what they're saying through the numerovation. And that's why I do what I do. I don't waste your time, because I don't want you to waste my time. I don't do hour sessions no more. I stopped that. Because most of you, if not all of you, can't even handle the 30-minute session. Because I record it for a reason, so you can listen back to it over and over again, so your DNA will start cracking and your RNA will start cracking and start cracking the whip on your backside to go do some goddamn work and stop playing. That's what I'm about. From the wholeness of my heart, that's what I'm about. It's not even about the money, because I could, you know how many people said, how many celebrities that I've done and celebrity doctors that I've done said I could charge $300 to $500 an hour because of how good I am? But I don't want to do that. I don't want to rob you. And even if I did charge it, I wouldn't be robbing you. It's my gift. And you must respect my gift, just like I must respect your gift when I'm breaking down your numbers and letting you know. Because a lot of people say, what's my passion? Or what's my goals I should be doing? Or what I do. Look, at the end of the day, family, if you don't find what you love and then apply the mathematics to it, then it won't work. I'm really honest in those sessions. If you don't apply the mathematics to what you love, because like Les Brown would say, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. So I could throw out a whole bunch of careers that you're supposed to follow. Lloyd has it in his book. I don't put the careers in my book, because I don't need to reinvent the wheel when Lloyd has it in his book. Who else have it in their book? Helen Hitchcock having it. I don't need to recreate no darn wheel. I need to help you pinpoint where the hell you need to go. And the only way you're going to pinpoint it in numerology or numerovation is by finding your passion and start writing down what you've loved since you was a child. Because sometimes you got to tap back into your old child energy. And a lot of us don't tap in. Please share this. Please share this. Please share this. Because whoever needs to hear it today. Because after today, tomorrow I go come. And today is the no and tomorrow is then. All right? And me not talk about yesterday. All right? Just want to let you know that. So please share this, so whoever's going through it and need to understand that the mathematics that's closest to you is your birthday. Let me repeat that again. The mathematics that is closest to you that we remember, even if you don't believe in it, is your birthday. I'm just saying. The other vibrational mathematics that is close to you is your first name, your middle name, and your last name. Again, let me repeat that. The next powerful vibrational energy that is connected to numbers is your first name, your middle name, and your last name. Because either they'll call you Mr. Thomas or Mr. Oboba or Mr. Obatula or Mr. Brown or whatever. That's a vibration that name is connected to. Why you think most of the Browns are successful? And I'll break that down to you. Why is most of the Browns that you've heard or heard about in your life, Chris Brown, I'm not even talking about their first name, James Brown, Bobby Brown, Les Brown, Buster Brown, Charlie Brown. Why do you think they've been successful? The mathematics of the name Brown in one system of numerology is the number 9, which is the highest level of accomplishments in numbers because it represents international reach. In another system of numerology, the name Brown adds up to 22, which is the master builder, the master number, the master power. Oh, let me tell you. Y'all Negroes ain't studying. I'll drink to that. And if you change your name, you add that vibration to the name that was on your birth certificate. I say when you do change your name, make sure it supports your power numbers throughout your whole chart, your whole numeroscope. Make sure you support your power. So I've changed my name numerous times, but every name that I've changed it to added up to one of the numbers that were connected to me without even me knowing it. See, let me show you. In certain system of numerology, all of the first names that I've chosen or was given to me through the years from birth until now, the Anthony, the Simons, the Tyrones, boom, all of them added up to the number 7 in a system of numerology. In one system, I think it's in the Pythagorean system. I did it so far. So it all added to the number 7. How in the world? And 7 is one of my power numbers. So, let's get that. It's one of my, it's not my strongest power numbers, but it's one of my power numbers. And one of my most favorable numbers to work with. So how in the world that every name that my mother or my father or what I chosen add up to the number 7? It's a spiritual research. I love to study. I like to research. And that's what I do. I like to buy books. I research. I study and all that. And 7 is the research number. It's the mystical number. And I'm into metaphysics like this. And that is the numbers of the 7. Oh, man. Let me tell you, boy. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. That's what David Levy, born under the number 7. Anybody who lives in New York, they know David Levy. He born under the 7. He's a Leo. I'm not new to this. That's what he used to say on radio all the time. I'm true to this. I got to give a man his due. That's how I am. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And I truly, like I said earlier, celebrity doctors and celebrities that I've done sessions for, I'll never tell you their name because it's confidential. I mean, Lloyd talks about his, but I'm not going to do that, I might run into him and say, "Yo, I heard King Simon." Nah, I ain't got no time for that. Don't do that. That's the 7 again, secretive, keeping it to myself. I'm just saying. They say I can charge $300 to $500 an hour, and I could do that, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather the $100, 30 minutes. You get what you get. I record what you get. You research and study everything that I say and apply it to your life, and you'll get what you get. But you got to be serious. It's so simple. It is so. Numerology, in all truth, is the easiest metaphysics system to study. However, because I have my own gifts in my own way, and you have your gifts in your way, you will deliver it the way you want to deliver it. I'm going to deliver it the way I want to deliver it through my life experiences and what I've studied through books and studying the various metaphysics teacher and religious people. I've studied religious people. I study motivational speakers. I study all of them so I can be a better representation of numerovation, so I can provide better guidance for you and those around me, whether they listen to me or not. Even my own children, whether they listen to me or not, they'll get it one day because it's already in the bloodline. And the blood DNA don't lie. That's why I know all of them are my children. Because DNA didn't lie. Had to pay child support. Because DNA didn't lie. Simple as that. I'll drink to that. So numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. And that's what I tell you in the beginning of every session. I always say, anybody who does a session with me, and those that are online that have done a session with me, I always start off and says, have you ever done a session with me before? And they say, no. I said, first of all, let me tell you what it is and what it is not. I tell everybody that this is not a psychic consultation. I don't do psychics now. And then I say to them, but psychics do use it because they know that the universe is mathematics, and the mathematics connected to you through your birthday and your name can be a guiding mechanism for you, like a GPS. You put in the right address, it triangulates where you got to go from New York to Georgia, and boom, it'll tell you, take you down the long roads or the short roads or the obstructive road. It'll tell you there's police activities, there's trucks crash here, there's deer activities in the street. It tells you all of that. So when you put the right address or the right name or the right birthday to me, that's the same thing I do. That's all I do. Triangulate what's going on and look for all the power numbers and the challenge numbers. I look for your angel numbers. I look for your master numbers. I look for your master number potential. Some people don't do that because they like to break it down to one single digit. I don't do that because it's not hard to go in, because if I look for all of those numbers, then I can give you a better picture of what you need to do and how you need to do things in your life. I'll drink to that. Pomegranate juice with some water. Dr. Africa always says, when you're going to drink these concentrated juices out there, always put half of the juice and half water, so you can have some of that water content in your body. Also, pomegranate juice, good for circulation, antioxidants, all that. And like I said earlier, because I'm born on the 1st of the month, same day as Rick James, Langston Hughes, Dennis Brown, Bunny Ruggs from Third World. I'm born the same day as... No, Bunny Ruggs is actually born February 6th, the same day as Bob Marley. Sorry. Presley's daughter, Lisa Presley, same day. You know what I'm saying? Clark Gable, born February 1st. Who gives a damn? Hey, Sophia Lovey, what's up, girl? Hey, Katrina, what's up, girl? Dennis Brown, yeah, man, my brethren, Dennis Brown. I've worked with Dennis Brown. The last time I worked with Dennis Brown was August the 28th at SOB's nightclub in New York City, and he died the next year. And that was in 1998, and he died in 1999, which is ironic because Dennis Brown is born on the 1st, and 1999, if you break it all down, it adds up to a number 1. Go figure. Adds up to 28, which is a 10, which is a 1. So he died in one of his power number years. But I tell people all the time, power numbers, I call them power numbers or most favorable numbers because, and I don't call them lucky numbers. Why I don't call them lucky numbers? Because things can happen, negative or low energy things can happen under your power cycle. But it just won't last as long as it probably would with your challenge numbers. So that's why before I finish every session, I give you your power numbers that you can work with, your challenge numbers that you can work with. I give you your power months, your power days. I give you your challenge numbers, your challenge days. Sometimes I give you your neutral numbers and neutral days. But I give you what is necessary for you to be able to navigate better. And I tell people all the time, look, I don't want you to come to me all the goddamn time. Believe me, I got work to do and other things I'm writing. I don't want you to come to me all the time. I want you to take what you get, at least for a year or two. And when you have taken what you've learned or what you have gotten in the recording and put it to work, you'll see it work for you. Whether it works slow or fast is up to you. Because work is work, period. And like I tell people, let me tell you, family, don't expect any person that does any of these modalities to hold your goddamn hands. That's not our job. Our job is to direct you and point you in the right way. And whether you decide to take that way because of your mommy issues and your daddy issues and your sister issues, and I've been molested and I've been... If you... Stop it. Then go get a therapist. That's beyond my pay grade. I can't do that. I'm not doing that. I actually, when I find that you have a lot of mental issues, I actually send you to friends of mine that are therapists that deals with psychotherapy, like Malika Ali, Sister Malika Ali.com. Or I'll send you to Boyce Watkins Weiss, Dr. Alicia, coaching with dralicia.com. Or I'll send you to the Suicide Network or the Suicide Hotline. I ain't got no time to be walking no crazy person. No disrespect, but I ain't got no time to be walking, holding hands with a crazy person, because if that crazy person die on my watch, then y'all gonna say, oh, that shit was bullshit. Oh, that was bogus. Oh, that. I'm not doing that. So even in my book, I have all of the people that I have a lot of people, not all of the people. I have a lot of people, even the suicide hotline and website in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Remember, this is a motivational guide, a numerovational guide, so you can recognize mental instability and stay motivated. That's what I'm doing. Hey, Marcia, I hear you out there at Jamaica. Do your thing. Yo, Marcia, I was playing Chronics today. Jamaica Smile. Jamaica Smile, smile, smile. You know, I started crying. Marcia, I started crying for Jamaica. You know why? Because I messed up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that in Jamaica that I missed out in Jamaica is because of what I did in my life, and I wasn't able to go to my grandfather's funeral because he died, and because I messed up with the whole thing that I did in Canada and child support. You're not allowed to fly if you owe over $2,000 worth of child support, be honest. You can't fly to Jamaica. So I missed my grandfather's funeral, and I started crying because I played that song, and it just reminded me. It took me straight to Spanish Town. It took me straight to Port Antonio. It took me straight to Negril. It took me straight to that song took me there. And there's certain songs, family, that just brings that euphoric attitude, that euphoric energy. And it takes you back to that utopic type energy that will take you back to those happy times when you was growing up. When I grew up in Jamaica, I'm born here, but my parents used to fly me to Jamaica since I was I wasn't even a year yet. So I was flying for free. You know what that is. I wasn't even a year yet, and I've been to Jamaica, and they wanted to keep me. They loved me so much because I was like, they said I was like the prince, because I was my mother's first son, and they treated me like a prince in Jamaica, and they wanted me to stay. My mother's side wanted me to stay in Jamaica. They would have had me, because that side is more about nurses, doctors, lawyers, and all that stuff. That's what they're into, and contractors and business. They all own their own business in the law field, the midwife field, the nursing field. They all own it, but they wanted to keep me. And my father said, from another side, said, no, I want my son up here. You want your son up here, and then you still didn't stay in my life. Don't make sense. Okay, cool. It's all right. I still love him. We healed that. But I would have been in Jamaica and lived in Jamaica and grew up in Jamaica if that would have happened. But I guess it wasn't meant to be. Jamaica is a whole different mentality. Jamaica is ruled by the number 19 and the number 3 in 2 systems of numerology. So that's why Jamaica is so expressive. Music. According to musical history, Jamaica releases more music than anyone in the world. According to history. Because, Jamaican DJ would jump on one tune forever. It's like 100 people on one tune. I said something. But I respect that. Yo, I respect that. And then Jamaica is also ruled by the number 19, which is the number of the sun. They like to shine light on certain things, whether it's sex, whether it's history, whether it's whatever. Jamaica is that island. But they got the negative, because Jamaica can get reckless and out of order with them mouth. Lord, them can get dirty with it. Me have an auntie out there that will cuss your rock. Me have one auntie. Me and my little sister used to wait for her to come. Me and my little sister used to wait for her to come, because we knew she was bringing the drama. Aunt Marie, she passed on like a couple of years ago, but we knew she was going to bring the drama, and we waited at the door. Aunt Marie, I come. What? And we knew she was going to say something that's going to make us laugh. And she always had some type of drama, so she always brought the drama. And she always come and she carried a knife and a gun in her bag. She was so funny stuff. Aunt Marie may she rest in peace. She was a Piscean energy. Matter of fact, she was a Piscean like you, Marcia. I think she was born March the 6th. Yeah, I think she was born March the 6th. Or is it her daughter born March the 6th and she's born June the 6th? I may be mixing it up, but definitely one of them is a Pisces. But her daughter ain't no different. Her daughter cuss you out too. She'll cuss some cloth. So at the funeral, at my aunt's funeral here in New York, I got up and spoke. And I had the crowd rolling because I said, one thing about my auntie, Aunt Marie, and I'm looking at her coffin. I said, one thing about my Aunt Marie, there's certain things that you would hear, words that we don't like to say in certain parts of Jamaica because we're so speaky, spokey, and stush. So, but my aunt was not afraid to give you some clot. Yes, and I'm not talking about a clot from your kitchen sink. I'm talking about some bumbo clot, ras, clot, pussy. I'm saying this in the church. Everybody started dying. I'm just saying that's just how she was. She didn't care. So, and may she rest in peace. Maybe she's coming at me right now. So more than likely, so that's how my aunt was. That's how she didn't care about. She'll say the PCs, RCs, and CCs. No problem with the clot. She would always throw the clot on you. She had that mouth, that clot. Her husband couldn't even deal with her. So none of her men could deal with her. It's just what she was, She came from that rugged side of Spanish Town. And that side of the family, that's my father's side. Lord Jesus. But it's going to be in my book. Don't worry. It's going to be my autobiography. I got some more stuff. You think I got some stories, yo. I got some stories from Jamaica to America to Canada. And even some England stories. But again, family, before I get off, it is the 10th. This is the Wheel of Fortune day. And all of us can use the Wheel of Fortune. And when you deal with a 10 cycle or a master number potential, family, always remember that anything zero comes behind that as potential. So even if let's say you started a business and you name it, let's say 808. There's a product called 808. Although it's a lower frequency in certain systems of metaphysics, the 808 adds higher potential because it comes after the 8 and before the next 8, and 8 plus 8 equals 16. So it just tells you because it adds up to 16 overall, it just says you got to plan before you do or it will be fatal. Oh yeah, that's the number of fatality on its negative. That's why I tell people born on the 16th, the 7th of the month, or the 25th of the month, always plan what you do. Don't just do things haphazardly. Oh, these numbers are serious, man. And I tell you to make numbers your friend. Don't make it your enemy. Make them your friend. They're your friend. God wants them to be your friend first. Or you can get the dog out of it next. That's up to you. You could either put the God energy on it or flip it over and make it the dog energy. It's totally up to you. And I'm not talking about dog energy like Dog Star and all the powerful stuff behind that. I'm talking about the lower beast level. But isn't it ironic that some of why our sisters and brothers get dog is because and would rather they're dogs than have a relationship is because dogs in its purity can be very humbled and very loving creatures. Isn't that interesting? Although dogs can be dogged out, and you could dog out a person and all that, and it's negative. Most women and men, especially a lot of women, they'll get a lot of dogs or they get a lot of cats. They love their little Fifi and their little Cruffy and their little Scruffy and their little Chewies and all that. I heard about a sister that had 2 dogs, and she would not let her husband sleep in the bed with her when the dogs are there. That's how deep it can get. And I think they made those dogs, those little hybrid dogs, these little puppies, because I remember I never seen those stuff. I never seen those hybrid small dogs. Only time we seen those hybrid small dogs is those bobblehead dogs in the damn car. They used to just shake their head, going up and motherfucking down, excuse my language. And then we used to see those little dogs. They started pushing it on us slowly but surely as children. You know, those little battery operated dogs. They'll jump a little, walk a little, and then we start seeing these damn dogs come out. And now these dogs are a big seller. This girl bought a teapot dog or a teacup dog for $1,600. What? That's mortgage, my brethren. You're buying a dog for $1,600? Lord, me soon give that to a Chinese man and make him do what he have to do because it make more sense than you. $1,600? Jesus Christ. But I understand you might love the dog. No disrespect to dog lovers. Matter of fact, my friend who's a dog lover in Florida, she says I should write a numerology book on dogs because I read her dog like a damn charm. He's born June 13th. And sure enough, he acts like a number 13. He acts weird and all over the goddamn place and do all kind of weird stuff. Yeah, this mathematics works for dogs too. Astrology works for dogs. Cats, all of that. If you know the birthday of the cat and the dog, it will work. And I'm thinking about it. I might just not write an official. I just might put a chapter in it. I'm not going to write dedicated fully, but I know I'll definitely make a lot of money with white folks because white folks love their dogs. They even tongue kissing it. Nasty. We're not tongue kiss animal. We not do that. Black folks not supposed to do that. And if you're doing it, that's a little white person inside of you, and you need to have a genetic colonic. I'm just saying. Remove some of that through your doodle. But on that note, family, let me get on out of here. I love you. I respect you. I honor you. And take this day, the 10th day. It's called the Wheel of Fortune. That means whatever you desire to put out there, whether it's positive or negative, it will come back to you. Because the wheel behind the one, which is the creative and assertive energy, it's a wheel that you can wield both negative and positive. And the wheel could roll forward and backwards. So that 0 represents the wheel that can roll forward. And this is just flowing through me right now. This is the wheel. It's not even in my book, that part, where the wheel could just flow forward or backward. It's up to you where you want that wheel to go. So this is the Wheel of Fortune day. And take the time out to write down the number 10 on a piece of paper and really meditate on that 10. Anyone could do it. I don't care if you're born on the 10th. I don't care if you're born on under any number. Like I've always said, even in my books, you can use any number, any given time, and apply it to what you need. Because if 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, then stare at the 10 and think about the Wheel of Fortune of what you want into your life and go there with it. That's why in the house I was playing Money Up by Shaggy, because me want more money so me can take care of family, friends, and community when it's time. That's why I produce lectures and information and workshops so people can get the information. I've been doing it for years. So have a great day, afternoon, or evening. And if you missed the show last night with Master Yao, he's born November 13th, power number. His birthday coming up. He has a power weekend coming up. Go check it out on my YouTube channel. You can go on my description, my profile right here on IG at King Simon, the Numerovator at Linktree, and go watch that. He was breaking down the balance between male and female and why a lot of men have become feminine and why a lot of women have become masculine, and how men may not get it up because the women has too much masculine energy. It's crazy. But he was breaking down the science of it. He wrote 4 books, and he's been in it for 25, 30 years. He knows what he's talking about, and he broke it down from a simplistic fashion, simplistic energy. So mind your energy, people. If you're exuding as a woman too much masculine energy, a real man ain't gonna like that. And men, mind your energy. If you're exuding too much feminine energy, a real woman ain't gonna like that. We're supposed to complement each other, not try to be like each other. Complement, not compliment. Complement each other, not try to be like each other. No. I don't have to pin it. Just go on my IG right here. You're on IG. Just go in my profile section. Go to my link tree and you'll see all of that stuff run. I don't have time to be pinning nothing. Just go ahead. You can do it. I'm giving you some work. Y'all want things too fast. I'm giving you some work. I like to put people to work. I even give people homework after my sessions. I give people homework because some of y'all hasn't done homework since y'all left school. I'm giving you some numerovational homework. All right. So on that note, family, don't forget, if you want to be a part of the Telemetry of Metaphysics private online celebration, 26 years in promotion and production, featuring Dr. Phil Valentine, the godfather of metaphysics, Brother Lloyd Strayhorn, the godfather of astronumerology, Brother Blue Pill, the godfather of the 44, and Mama Pill, well, not Mama Pill, Mama Ella Samori, the godfather of the connection between her African and Haitian spirituality, and also she's a health practitioner that studied under Sabi and studied under Dr. Africa. So we're going to have it. Just make sure if you want to be a part of that, this is the last day to pay $30. Tomorrow's going up to $40. Today is the last day to pay $30 to be a part of that. Tomorrow's going up to $40. And on the day of, because I'm doing so much, I'm going to charge $50. Period. It's an online, private, virtual celebration. And the name of the topic is called Telemetry of Metaphysics. Go Google up that word, telemetry. Finding the heart, the frequency of the metaphysics. And Phil Valentine is closing it. He's going to break it down. He's going to close it. I'm going to give him at least 45 minutes to an hour to break it down and then share his wisdom from his university and classes. So a lot of people are going to be there. My co-hosts are going to be part of it. We're going to definitely talk before. We're going to start it a little early, and then we're going to get the people in, and then we might have a surprise guest. If the Wi-Fi in that part of the world permits, we might have a superstar come on this coming Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. It might go to 5 p.m., but from 1 to 4 p.m., I'm celebrating 26 years in promotion and production. I started professionally as a promoter in 1995. And my first show that I did or helped co-produce was Luciano's first appearance in New York. And he was opening up for Capleton. David Levy was the host. I was one of the promoters with SOBs and AT&T, concert series that we were doing. Kafunya was working with us. Everybody was working with us. Sister Carol was there. Everybody. It was a big thing at the Palladium. Those who know the Palladium, that was back in the day over there, 14th Street in Union Square. That was the show that I did, first show, major show that I ever helped co-produce or co-promote. Pardon me, co-promote. I didn't produce it, co-promote it. And that's what started me on that. But I've been doing promotion since I was 12. But professionally, I started with SOBs and kept it moving. Again, so family, I'll drink to that. Pomegranate juice, good for antioxidants, circulation, heart, and all that. And because today is a 10-day, remember, pay attention to your eyes, your heart, your circulation, your blood pressure, all of that today is all about that 1 energy, that 10 energy. And remember, bring the wheel of fortune to you. Do not beg for it. Do not pray for it or ask for it in prayer. Demand it and command it to you, because you are God having a human experience. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Peace.